We're recording.
Hey, Kirsten.
Hey.
Thanks for coming along. Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
So, just wondering how you'd like to start this coaching session. Would you like to review how things have been since we last spoke? Would you like to dive into a new topic? Is there something else you'd particularly like to do?
So this is a bit of a continuation in the sense that I think I have everything sorted. Priorities are cool. There still is way more work than I can actually get done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think that's all of the recap that I need to tell you.
Okay.
And I think what I want to continue working on is how to stay healthy, halfway happy. Like not, I know that like complete bliss isn't in the picture when you're this overworked. But just to, staying sane in the, in a situation where I know there is no way I can do everything I need to be doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I could easily work 16 hours a day, but choose not to. But I am doing 10, 11-hour days just to get the basics done, to get done what really needs to get done.
Okay. So you're getting done what needs to get done, 10 or 11-hour days. It sounds like you're committed to doing that, and you want to find ways to stay healthy and sane and at least halfway happy.
At least halfway happy.
Okay.
So kind of be okay with it.
Okay. Be okay with it.
Yeah, because if I then go like, but why are you working so much? You shouldn't be. That's an extra stress that I don't need.
Huh. So we want to avoid that extra stress.
Yes, and I guess my only positive way of saying this is be halfway okay.
Halfway okay. Okay.
So okay, that's life just now. The weather is nice. I can enjoy it from sitting here.
Okay. And this might seem like a funny question, but do you want to be more thinking about how you can solve this one right now? Or do you want it to be more about becoming the kind of person for whom this level of work is something you can more easily deal with?
I think those things are really related. The question is, do I want to be a person who regularly deals with this kind of workload? And there the answer is completely no.
Okay.
So a lot of the work that I'm doing now is so that I will no longer have 10-hour work days, but will have other people be able to do the work and all of this. So I know this is a phase. I just need to keep myself healthy, keep myself pulling through in a way without either getting depressed, angry, overwhelmed, unhealthy, and all of these things that I don't want.
Absolutely, yeah, I get that. And so I heard just then that the sort of difference that this will make is that if you work hard in this way now and stay halfway happy and healthy and sane, then this will just be a phase. And you'll be able to get other people to take some of this workload off and come back to something more sustainable.
As you are saying that, I know I'm very good at inventing work for myself.
Okay.
So how about becoming the kind of person who easily deals with whichever workload, like humanly possible workload, while staying sane and halfway happy, and with the prospect of being more happy in the future.
Okay. So this is about becoming the kind of person who easily deals with whatever workload, that's whatever humanly possible workload, while staying sane and happy, halfway happy at least, and etc. Staying healthy. Okay. And what difference is this going to make in the rest of your life if you can stay halfway happy, healthy, sane?
I think there's just, it's almost like a layered cake in a way. So there is a basic layer of work. And there is like the icing on the cake, which is like the super lovely work that I completely enjoy.
Okay.
And then there is the next layer, which is the future-oriented work that's going to make work less.
Okay.
And then there is this really lovely layer, right? Making the fondant, making it a really, really lovely cake. And on top of that is a little chirpy bird who's going, you know, and is ruining the whole cake. So if the bird can just, find a piece of decoration and just sit down and not ruin the cake, that would be really nice.
Wow.
It's this extra of, you're not getting everything done.
And that's the chirpy bird, yeah?
Yes.
And so you'd like the bird to still be there?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think every human being has this kind of bird, so it'll be there, right?
Yeah. And instead of jumping up and down and ruining the cake, especially the fondant,
right?
What's the bird going to be doing instead?
It's going to be just sitting there, and it can nibble here and there, and but it won't just be so frantic. It'll just it'll sit, it'll watch, it'll, I don't know, lay an egg maybe. I don't know what birds do, or like puff, what, I don't know what that's called in English, when in winter when they puff themselves up to go and just put their, when they sleep, put their head in their plumage, or yeah.
What an amazing image.
That's kind of what it feels like. So yes, so the cake is still, it's okay. It's a too big cake to eat.
Right.
Well, okay. But I can say, okay, it'll get eaten, and then there's parts that I'm giving away, and then there's parts that are just not going to get eaten, but they'll keep and fine. But if there is this bird, then everything is kind of so yeah.
So if the bird can just sit there and maybe nibble a bit, maybe just sit and watch, maybe go to sleep and puffed up plumage, this will make a difference for you.
Yes, especially relate to this bird who just goes, okay, yes, enough for today, and just go. That would be, that feeling is something that I would really like to have.
So
even if the cake is not eaten, or even if yeah.
So the bird goes, okay, that's enough for today. Time to put the head under the wing and take a snooze.
Yes.
Mm.
Oh, that would be nice. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So can I just check? Are we on track? Is this helpful?
Yes. I think I know what I want.
Okay. Yeah. Good. So what would you like to do with the rest of the coaching session? Do you have a sense of what you'd like to take away at the end of it?
So, metaphorically, yes. I don't know what this is in real life. So metaphorically, if I could find ways of calming down the bird when it's, on its destroying the cake spree.
Okay.
So when I have some thing to do, say to myself, think that will enable me to get out of my extra stress creation. So my extra, the not needed stress.
Yeah, got it. And do you want to more talk at that practical level or more talk at the bird and cake level?
I think bird and cake, I have this lovely image now of the bird, sitting there quietly relaxed, and looking at the cake, and then, okay, there, yeah, cake, and then going like this. If I could be more like that. So I think I know that. And maybe both levels would be fine. Practical would be good. I think that's the outcome. Yeah, I would like.
I'm noticing something that I'm wondering if it's worth exploring, which is I'm noticing a really big shift in how you are, how I perceive you. When you're talking about the cake and the bird, there's one sort of energy that I would describe as very bright and enthusiastic and positive, and it feels very emotionally fluid to me. You're able to go from this excitement and this madness down into this end of the day, calm, relax. And then it seems like when you talk at the practical level about action to be less stressed, it feels like quite a shift in energy. Do you think that's worth exploring?
It is. I perceive the same. Yeah, I think I have no idea what this is, so I guess it's worth exploring.
Okay. So can you describe from your side what the difference in energy and feel is when you shift between those two?
I think what the bird, what's emerging for me is the difference would be lack of playfulness in the, okay, I have to come up with an action. And the picture with the bird and feeling all the feelings that happen, that has a lot more playfulness attached to it. So I guess I've just discovered a new criterion for whichever solution. It shouldn't be kind of the solution to the problem of the solution of the shouldn't be something that even adds more stress, So
you don't want to be adding stop work to your to-do list.
Exactly. And exactly. And if I can easily see that, to speak in the metaphor, this becomes like somebody putting very nice bird seeds on the cake, so the bird is even more strongly hopping around.
There's something else here that's fascinating about this metaphor. Can I ask another question about the metaphor?
Please.
It's cake. It's like it's one of the more desirable things in life. How does that fit with?
Yeah, but I think why this metaphor came to me is that I love my work.
Right. Yeah.
I really love it.
Yes.
I mean, there is the hard bit underneath but I can even make myself like doing bookkeeping.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to hate it, but it's this, I think we talked about this, the mindful bookkeeping, just how I do it is good. If I have a how that I like, then even kind of the hard cakes that people would usually not like so much is fine. But there's cream and sweet apricot gel, and there's so many lovely things about my job. It's just freaking too much. So whatever it is that I come up with, it needs to integrate this, it needs to be playful.
Needs to be playful. Okay.
I think that's what came out of the exploration here.
Got it. Yeah. So would you like to explore how playfulness tends to show up for you? Or would you like to explore other criteria for this?
No, I think how playfulness shows up is a good way of going. Yeah.
Okay. So more about how it's likely to show up at the end of the day when the bird wants to put its head down, or is it more where it showed up for you in the past? Which of those do you feel more inclined towards now?
I think the best idea would be how I would like it to show up when the bird is starting to hop up and down and destroying the cake.
Okay. So it's about, well, you just asked the question really, didn't you? So when the bird is starting to hop up and down and destroy the cake, you'd like playfulness to show up.
Yes.
Okay. And when might be the next time that happens?
So I'm thinking, when am I getting so stressed? When am I adding? The moments at interruptions. So usually in the morning, I wake up, I quickly check my calendar for the day, have a maximum 10-minute scan of email and social media. Am relieved that nothing, the world is still out there. Okay, fine. Yeah, but I really do, set the timer. Okay, that's it. No more of that. And then I'm thinking, okay, what do I absolutely have to get done today? So what are the things that really, really, really need to happen?
Yeah.
And then I even try to say, okay, let's have that.
Okay. So really cube divided by 2.
Yes, right. Because it's just, creative people have the problem that when they start making a to-do list, just everything that could possibly get done ends up on that to-do list. I think from your nodding, I think you know the problem. So I just do, okay, the things that absolutely have to get done, half that, and if that other half gets done, it's a nice to have.
Yep. Yep.
And I get very attached to getting that first thing done.
Uh-huh.
And when that ends, like today, it was clearing the papers on my desk and putting the paper to-do lists that grew as a sense of, no, I do not want to list it. I look at my real to-do list because there is so much in it that I will start freaking out. So put that back into the computer. Okay, so I get really stressed when interruptions come in, things that I need to also deal with, like my ex-husband sending me the Excel file for child support when kid turns 18. My dad coming, ringing, wanting 2 bottles of red wine so he doesn't have to go. I don't get annoyed with the people. It's just that's when I'm like, oh my God, if I don't get this done today, no. Okay, and if that's not what I want.
Right, that's the extra stress, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, got it. So that's the next time when you might find the bird doing the
Right, exactly.
Okay, and just in terms of chronological calendar time, when are we thinking tomorrow morning that might happen, or?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, because today, we talk. I have another half hour looking at a master's thesis with a student. Then I'm doing the solution-focused masterclass. Half hour cleaning everything up. Half hour board meeting ICF. 6:30 basically done for the day. And if I can get the half hour in between to really clean everything up and kind of settle things down for the day, I'm going to be good for the evening.
Okay.
So tomorrow morning, I guess, yes.
Okay.
And during the day, when I'm interrupted with the main thing that I want to be doing, which is doing tomorrow it's for ICF assessments. I need to get 4 assessments done.
Right. Okay. So tomorrow morning, you're doing one of these assessments. It's part of your really, really, really list.
Needs to get done, yes.
Really, 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 really needs to get done. It's in the top half.
Yes.
And you get one of these interruptions. Now, what I'd like you to imagine is that the bird does just what you'd like it to do. Maybe it nibbles or sits or watches. Maybe it lays an egg. Maybe it just puffs and goes to sleep. But whatever it does in a way that's helpful. So what does it actually do?
There is a very different energy. So if I'm doing my assessment and I'm just doing it, I enjoy it. If there is a I am not enjoying it. So if there is this element of being able to say, okay, interruption, either, yeah, I can deal with you for 5 minutes, that's not going to derail. Or saying, yeah, I can deal with you later.
Okay. So
maybe I need to be more disciplined in just not looking at other things.
Hmm.
And I think my Outlook has reactivated the reminders when an email is coming in.
Hmm.
And I need to shut that off. That's a really good, yeah. Yeah, okay. I can do that. So that'll reduce the interruption. It won't help me deal with the interruptions.
Mm-hmm. But sounds like it'll help.
It'll help. Yeah, it'll help.
In terms of your objective of staying healthy and sane and at least halfway happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That helps with the happy bit and also with the healthy bit, because, being stressed about nothing is not really healthy, I guess, cardiologically.
Being stressed about something isn't healthy either. Okay. Shall we continue with the bird tomorrow with an interruption?
Okay, yeah.
And how will you know it's that playfulness is showing up in this moment of interruption?
This is very hard to imagine because
Hmm.
it's such an opposite. You have this
Hmm.
playful, sitting there, could go to sleep, could lay an egg, la la la, da 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 da, and I mean, my head knows this. I am not. It's not heart surgery that I'm performing. No lives depend. It's nothing. It's a few dollars more or less, or it's like in the subspecie eternitatis. I don't know what that is in English. Under the eyes of eternity, inconsequential.
Hmm.
Yes, it can seem so.
Hmm.
And then the other side, so this is the playful, well, yes, okay. And I know people are gracious if I tell them, you couldn't get it done, sorry. They are not tearing my head. So all good. And the other side is just so tight and frantic and like this really bird.
Panicky bird.
Yeah, panicky and getting its foot stuck in the fondant and just so it's so different that from the vantage point of the panicky bird, it's very difficult to imagine the playful, hopping, free kind of whatever the bird wants to do kind of bird.
Okay, so which vantage point would enable you to imagine that?
I don't know. I think I don't have I have some experience of the relaxed, playful under stress. I think I have enough to be able to know that it's there.
Okay. There in what sense?
That it exists.
Okay, that it's possible to...
It is possible, right?
Okay. I'm wondering if that's the next place to explore then.
Okay. Yeah, might be useful to get me more into this idea. Yeah.
So the relaxed and playful when there's a lot to be done.
Yes.
When has that shown up for you in the past?
I can do this with other people.
You can do this with other people.
In a leadership position, I can be like that.
Oh.
When people are being tons of little birds,
Okay.
I can, I can go listen. Not sending men to the moon, not performing heart surgery. Everybody's doing their best. We'll piece it together. Things are going to drop. Things are going to break. Shit happens, no problem. So I think I can provide this space for other people.
Okay. Okay. So tell me a little bit more about how you do that. Maybe tell me about a time when you did do it.
Conference organizing, for instance.
Okay.
I think I am one of the most relaxed conference organizers in the universe. Because really, because people are always like, "Oh, you must have had so much work." I'm like, I put a date, I had a form, I called a hotel, and I brought some snacks, and it's just like, and there are these little moments of stress when like everybody arrives at the same time, but I somehow have this idea that people are adults and will sort themselves out.
Hmm.
And I have experience with that, and I can be relaxed and give like an introduction and forget half of it, and then the participants remind me of the other half. It's quite fine, right?
So
and the participants enjoy that. It's
right.
they don't think I'm a horrible human being. They just think, okay, she's busy, she forgot something, and it actually it enables them to contribute.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm hearing a theme here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's worth interjecting.
Please.
That you were talking when you first started talking about it not being rocket science or brain open heart surgery. You very soon started mentioning other people, and other people don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to tell yourself that, and it sounded like you don't quite believe it. Or part of you, maybe the bird doesn't quite believe it. I don't know.
Yeah, the bird doesn't believe it. The bird is like, everybody's gonna hate you. You're letting everybody down. How can you? And you have to be perfect. And if you're perfect, not perfect, you're like completely worthless. And how people are. Like, I'm a human being, so I have this. Sometimes call him Little Charlie on my shoulders.
Little Charlie? Is the bird called Charlie, or is this
No,
another?
the bird's not. But this is the other,
Yeah.
the little voice that's telling me these
Yeah,
things
yeah.
that
Okay.
if you're not completely perfect, you're not lovable, and all these things that I know are not true.
Okay. So but Charlie doesn't, and the bird.
No, Charlie wants to remind me to do a good job.
Okay. Ah, okay. It sounds like you've had some good conversations with Charlie in the
Yes, I have had some very good conversation with Charlie in the past.
past. And then you mentioned the theme in the conference situation.
Yes.
Where you are able to reassure Charlie and the bird, it'll be all right. They won't mind. In fact, it gives them a chance to contribute. I might forget things, but they know I'm busy.
So how do I get myself to believe this more? Because now when we're talking like this, it has this really calming effect, and it has this effect of being able to laugh about myself, and yeah, okay, yeah, okay, and even being able to laugh a little bit about the birdness of right. Just saying, okay, Kirsten, you just did this again. Can you next time not do it so much?
Oh, it's a bird called Kirsten.
Yeah, well, the whole cake and the bird, I think that's all is me.
And Charlie.
Charlie, we are on the picture, right?
Yeah, got it.
I think Charlie and the bird are good friends.
Okay.
So maybe Charlie sits behind the bird and goes, peek, peek.
So you just asked a question, which was something like, how can you have access to this kind of playful space that you've got now when Charlie and or the bird are struggling?
Yeah, when they're in kind of mode.
Okay.
I'm wondering, can I do what I do with other people at conferences? When other people are starting to, right? If I can do that to myself.
So what sort of energy do you bring to other people in that situation?
It's almost like I can then make myself be calm.
Ah,
Because I notice the energy, I notice the, right? And I'm going, okay, if that happens, calm down.
okay.
Because the only thing that's going to be helpful to this person now is to meet a very calm person who's structuring things, who's saying, thank you for the enthusiasm.
So when you see,
Yeah.
you know that the only thing that's going to help is if that being meets a calm response that's saying what you just said.
Yeah, and you know, on the one hand, I think what I'm noticing, yeah, I need to be taking it seriously. So if a person comes and has concerns, it's like, okay, the world is going to end because there are only two coffee spoons left in the buffet. I need to take this feeling of concern seriously. At the same time, communicating, yeah, well, the world is not going to, so take it seriously. Okay. There are no more coffee spoons on the table. Somebody comes, right? Who feels responsible for the. I'd probably go, yes, of course, we need coffee spoons. Thank you for letting me know. So that's the kind of take seriously. Make a little light of it, saying, so I'm wondering how people are going to solve this. Are they going to take the big spoons or their fingers? It'll be a nice social experiment or something. and then say something around, would you mind going and fetching the buffet department to see if we can get some more coffee spoons?
So I'm hearing that you're taking it seriously. You're saying, yes, we need some more coffee spoons. We're running out of coffee spoons. Then there's making light of it. And then there's an invitation of, I wonder, would you mind going and doing this practical thing? So tomorrow, when you're doing these assessments and an interruption comes along and the bird starts getting, how would you like to find yourself responding?
That's a difference. It is a difference.
Okay.
Usually it would be, go away, right? Interruption.
Okay. That looks like a cat to me.
Yeah, it's like really,
Right. Yeah.
Go away. Yeah.
Yeah.
So instead, try and say, interruption. Is the world going to end if I don't deal with it now?
Okay. Yeah.
If yes, deal with it. Or if it's a big advantage if I react now.
Yep.
And if not, just type it into my to-do list to wait.
Okay.
Maybe start a new category in the to-do list, which is like the 2-minute things. I usually have a policy of doing something that takes less than 2 minutes right away, because writing it down is going to be, yeah. But it takes me away from what I'm doing currently. So I think I'm just going to do a, maybe what I can do is I can time myself. How long do I take to write something down in the to-do list?
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably, I don't know. Okay. It's less than 10 seconds, I would think.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And if I can buy peace of mind with these 10 seconds, with this mini process, yes,
Okay.
I think that works.
Okay. So let me check I've got this. So you're doing an assessment. An interruption comes in. You ask, is the world going to end? Or, yeah, is there a massive advantage in doing this right now? If yes, do it. If not, simply put it into this new 2-minute job section on the to-do list. How confident are you this is going to help? 10 is totally confident. 0 is not at all. It's definitely not going to make a difference.
Enough to try.
Enough to try. Good.
I think the most important thing is this meeting the interruptions and the panic with this kind of conference, Kirsten.
Conference Kirsten. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I'd like to introduce the two of you to each other. Conference Kirsten, I'd like to introduce you to Bird. Bird, I'd like to introduce you to Conference Kirsten. Bird, you know how sometimes you get upset and things are difficult because there's too much to do, and you jump up and down, and maybe you get your foot stuck in the fondant and under the icing or something. If you do, Conference Kirsten is the person to talk to, because she's really good at appreciating what the issue is and helping you decide how big an issue it is and whether it needs to be dealt with right now. And she can help you to make sure it does get addressed at the right time with everything else that's going on.
That will help the bird take its little wait. Oh, somebody came in. Oh, well, we have to cut this out. So that will help the little bird actually quiet down and wait. I need to security. I thought I could just lock the meeting. I didn't. I can cut, not a problem. Okay, there. So this was an interruption, and I can deal with interruptions. So those who are seeing this, somebody joined the meeting room, and we cut their video out. And if I just had this image of the little bird slowly taking its paw out, or it's, what is it, a foot in a bird, yeah, out of the fondant, and not going, but just, slowly, and then making its way back to the little decoration branch on the, yeah. So that helps. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Anything else before we leave it? No,
I think that. I'm very hopeful. I'll tell you next time how it worked.
Fantastic. I look forward to that.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
I will.